Hi, just before we get stuck into today's update on what's happening on the Thai-Cambodian border, just a request for a moment of kindness on your behalf for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. With that said, let's get started. Welcome to TNT. Last week we posted an update on what was happening along the Thai-Cambodian border. An important border for Thailand, one of four, and as I mentioned at the time, there are skirmishes from time to time at different locations along, all along Thailand's borders, most of it being highly porous, with people just sort of crossing willy-nilly, often people who just live on one side of the border or the other, who are, as I mentioned last time, maybe swapping a banana for a durian and nothing more than that. But of course, formally getting from one country to another, that has been quite interrupted over the past week, and the influence on foreign travel, I thought we'd focus on that today. I also realised that when we posted the information, there was a lot of people reacting one way or the other. There was a lot of trolls, there was a lot of copying and pasting of long turgid historical references going back to the Khmer Empire, and it should be this and it should be that. And I understand there are a lot of people who are very politically and socially engaged on the issue and have got a lot of emotion that they wanted to express. All we try and do here is just present just the facts as we see them. We're not showing any bias for one side or the other. The other thing I mentioned last week is that a lot of people are using this fracas to stir up a bit of political trouble here in Thailand, whilst the government is distracted and having to give this issue attention. There's obviously a lot of other things that are getting to the bottom of the pile rather than the top of the pile, and there are some people who are trying to make a political issue out of this here in Thailand, and we've got plenty of those sort of comments as well. All that aside, let's go to the latest news. And this published in Thai Inquirer. Since 7 p.m. yesterday, that's Sunday night, the army has begun, that's the Thai army, has begun enforcing new control measures at all border crossings along the Thai-Cambodian border. That same article then goes through all the different border crossings, the formal border crossings, and it gives the current opening and closing times of those borders, and as we see in the first one, for example, saying only work and trade related travel allowed, Thai nationals cannot cross for gambling or tourism. So it goes through the different border crossings, a couple of pages of that, and you can find that whole Facebook post at Thai Inquirer. And then it goes on to talk about Navy-controlled border areas in Chanthaburi and Trat, saying that all border crossings and trade points in Chanthaburi and Trat are open daily from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Measures aim to balance trade, local livelihoods and humanitarian needs. And then a general situation update that no official crossings are closed except for previously shut natural routes, and Thai authorities note an ongoing increase in Cambodian military activity near the border. So over the past week, as the situation's ramped up, there has been different maps published by both sides showing different historic maps and the borders in slightly different areas, and also the troops have been amassing at some of the more critical areas from both sides. And then we go to this article this morning from BangkokPost.com. Cambodian troops agree to withdraw. And the story says Cambodian troops have agreed to withdraw from disputed areas and engage in negotiations with their Thai counterparts following increased pressure from Thailand through the closure of border checkpoints and internet blackouts. And it says from the talks, the Cambodian troops have agreed to withdraw to their original positions away from the clash site, deeper inside Cambodian territory, an area traditionally used by Cambodia as a military base. So as we mentioned last week, these clashes are not new. They go back decades, even centuries. And I put a link in last week's story. I'll put it again in today's story. It's just a link to a Wikipedia page that gives a sort of rather long and convoluted history of the border, if you'd like to do some further reading. And then just more of the Bangkok Post article. Additionally, Cambodia agreed to fill in the trenches to restore the area to its natural state following Thailand's proposal aiming to reduce tensions and foster cooperation. And both sides also agreed to use the local border committee mechanism as a channel to discuss sustainable management of the area going forward. So I'd say the key word for today, talking about the Thai-Cambodian border clash, is de-escalation. And then more of that article. A negotiation occurred after the Royal Thai Army ramped up restrictions at 9 out of the 16 checkpoints along the border with Cambodia, barring gamblers and large commercial trucks from crossing, while ordering shorter opening hours at key crossings between the two countries, as we showed earlier. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, how this affects Thais, Cambodians and foreigners. And immigration officers in Sakao have been instructed to cut the validity of border passes for eligible residents, including Thais who work and or have businesses across the border, from 14 days to 7, according to a source. And then this line, Thailand remains fully committed to bilateral mechanisms. So pretty much everybody from both sides saying all the right things. There's going to be more discussions, there's going to be de-escalation. At the same time, they're monitoring the border areas and they're having fewer hours open for people to get from one side or the other. Well, let's check with this Thai Inquirer Facebook post to find out a bit more about the importance of this border. Around 500,000 Cambodian workers, that's about 13.6% of all foreign labour in Thailand, are mainly employed in construction, fishing and service sectors that Thai workers avoid. So that inflow of Cambodian migrant workers, an important part of the Thai workforce. What about Thais going into Cambodia? And the Thai Inquirer article says, meanwhile, over 1.7 million Thai tourists visited Cambodia last year, making up roughly 1/3 of the country's total tourists and generating about 4 billion baht in revenue. Both labour and tourism flows are vital economic drivers for the two nations. And of recent, as we know, there's been a flow of Thai workers to some of these scam centres along the Thai-Cambodian border as well. Okay, to foreigners getting across the borders, let's see what's happening there. We go to a Pattaya Mail article. Their headline, Visa runners and hoppers to Cambodia affected by martial law imposition. So I've seen plenty of foreigners online saying that neither the Thai or the Cambodian government or their armies have any right to stop foreigners crossing over the borders. Well, you can argue that with the other troops who are currently manning all the border areas. Take it up with them. Pretty much if the army, for whatever reason, want to close down a checkpoint, you're just not getting through. Well, plenty of people queuing there at that particular border crossing yesterday. Just some points in this article. Using the 1914 Martial Law Act, the Thai Army is granting regional army units full authority to manage checkpoint operations on a case-by-case basis in 7 provinces and 16 crossing points. Now, those 16 crossing points pretty much cover any way that a foreigner can get from one side of the border to the other legally. And this means that military orders are superior to civilian laws in affected border areas. The Thai Army can, if necessary, close any or all border crossings without the approval of any civilian authorities. Some border posts on the Thai side are now operating from 8 till 4 rather than 6 till 6, as we mentioned earlier. And latest reports say foreign tourists are not being hassled, but long queues are formed while ID checks are carried out on Thai nationals and local Cambodian traders. So the information not sourced by pattayamail.com suggesting that foreigners are still being able to get through those checkpoints, but there are delays. And some foreigners are using land border crossings between Thailand and Laos or Malaysia, which are unaffected if busier than usual. Others are travelling by air. Those still persevering with Cambodian border posts are being advised to take the advice of Thai visa agencies, which use minibuses for same-day service. And one of those agents saying, believe me, we wouldn't be wasting our or your time unless we're sure the border posts can process customers efficiently. And as far as general tourism is concerned, Thailand suspends bus services to Cambodia amid the border restrictions, and the state-run transport company has suspended its daily bus services from Bangkok to Phnom Penh and Bangkok to Siem Reap. And the next paragraph saying that the Bangkok bus leaves at 9 a.m. from Bangkok to Siem Reap, and to Phnom Penh, that leaves at 8 a.m. from Bangkok. The 419 kilometre journey to Siem Reap costs 750 baht, but if you're going from Bangkok to Phnom Penh, that's a hell of a long way on Cambodia's bumpy roads. That costs 900 baht. Take a nice large soft pillow if you are travelling by bus anywhere in Cambodia. That's the latest we've got as far as the situation between Thailand and Cambodia. It looks like officially the situation is being de-escalated, and at least foreigners appear to be able to get through the border, although the queues are longer. And if you confront a military army officer with a great big gun saying that you can't cross the border, I'd be taking their advice and cooling your heels and perhaps finding another way. But besides that, hopefully you're up to date with that story at least. We'll keep you up to date with anything else happening in Thailand. As I said at the start, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, and we thank you for watching.